After 4 long weeks, we are finally back here on the Goshen City FC YouTube channel for another GCFC match. Good evening, everybody. I'm Theo Twitchell, and welcome to Goshen High School. Now, if you haven't heard the news yet, allow me to be the first to tell you that GCFC are officially the Great Lakes West Division champions. Congratulations to everyone involved in this impressive feat. The trophy will be lifted after the game. They are coming into the last game of the regular season with 20 points, boasting a record of 6 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. With that said, their position on the table cannot be altered tonight by this game, but the team orders will be the same. Play hard, play together, and play to win. While GCFC are locked into first, the visiting Midwest United still have points and positions to play for. Their 4-4-1 record has earned them 16 points, leaving them 1 point shy of the second place Holland Rovers and tied with 4th place Lansing Common. Last time out, GCFC took to the road to pay a visit to the Holland Rovers group, handing them a decisive 3-1 defeat. Maxime Bregion picked up his first of the season, while Tabello Ntene picked up his second and third, playing a crucial role in that division-clinching match. Midwest United are also coming off a win last week as they beat Lansing Common 2-1. Now, despite this being the last game of the regular season, this is the first meeting between these two teams. So, let's meet some new faces, starting with the starting lineup for Midwest United. Starting in net, number 1, Aiden Spagnuolo. Number 2, Trey Collins. Number 3, Soren White. Number 5, Caden Chenlo. Number 6, Carter Brocknell. Number 7, Isaiah Arredondo. Number 8, Evan Huduk. Number 11, Grant Hessenrick. Number 12, Amayo Bardiguez. Number 22, Timothy Phillips. And number 24, Chase Grease. It is important to note that they only have 11 players rostered, so they have no substitutes. Now, for some more familiar faces, the starting lineup for the division champs. Starting in net, number 1, Leonard Wider. Number 2, Stephen Bondi. Number 3, Ariel Matute. Number 6, Ricardo Garcia. Number 8, Maxime Bregion. Number 10, Luis Felipe Gruber. Number 13, Roberto Sanchez. Number 19, Eli Simenez. Number 20, Tabello Ntene. Number 21, Jose Saldivar. And number 23, Flavio Cruz. Now, we are about a minute and 17 seconds away from kickoff here in Goshen. The sun's coming out. I'm going to take a short break here for the national anthem and starting lineups coming up here in just a few moments. We'll be back here on the Goshen City FC YouTube channel. Welcome back here to Goshen High School on the Goshen City FC YouTube channel. We're just a few moments away from kickoff. National anthem was played, starting lineups were read out, and now both the teams go to their huddles to talk over some last-minute game plans, bits of encouragement, whatever they have prepared or unprepared for those moments. The refs gather, but talking about the weather, it cleared up real nicely out. Just an hour before game time, if you would have asked me if we would have had a game, I would have said that there's a 50-50 chance, as it was storming and some serious rain was falling. But it's nice and sunny now. It's heating up a bit, so should be good conditions for the game here. It starts in just a few moments as we see number 20, Tabello Ntene, step up to take the opening kickoff for Goshen. If you missed the opener just a few moments ago, and you have not heard the news yet, this home GCFC squad are the Great Lakes West Division champions. So they will lift the trophy after the game, which has just now been kicked off. Starts off wide down here on this near side. I mentioned it in the pregame, but if you missed it, the visiting Midwest United have no subs, as we see a good ball over the top to Ntene. He's got a good chance. He gets around the keeper. He plays it in along the goal line, and it's an incredible stop. And that's played into the back of the net. Number 19, Eli Simonez, with the goal there. Just 37 seconds into this match. What an incredible run there by Tabello Ntene. A great ball played over top by the defense. He has an incredible touch around the goalkeeper and plays it across. There was a good last-ditch effort there by one of the Midwest United defenders to keep it out of the net, but he could only clear it a few feet as Eli Simonez was able to step up and bury that one into the top of the net. Well, as I was saying before all of the events that just happened, Midwest United have no subs, so they'll be looking to conserve energy throughout the game, and, well, now they have to think about clawing one back as they go down within the first minute of the game. Possession has fallen back into the GCFC side, as we now see Stephen Bondi pushing it forward up the right wing. And that's number 3 now, Ariel Matute, opting for possession. As Flavio Cruz plays it forward, a good ball up to Simonez. And they'll recycle it once again. Switching play over well now to Brigian. He'll play it up the wing to Bondi. Good cutback. Plays it in back to Brigian. And that ball is going to be deflected out for a corner. Bondi looking like he might take it. No. That's going to be... I think that Simonez over there in the corner ready to take it. He'll put that ball in with his left foot, so expect an in-swinger. Low and driven, a good contact in the box there by number 10, Luis Felipe Gruber, with his head, but he's not able to get that on target as it goes out for a goal kick, which is taken short by keeper Aiden Spagnuolo. But then that's played long, but out of play on that far side. Looking for the winger down there for Midwest United, but not able to curl that back in towards the corner as it goes out of play. Goshen once again working it through the back. Bondi plays a good ball to Garcia, but he takes a poor touch into the waiting feet of the defender who clears it out. But still GCFC possession as they have a throw in now. A good throw by Bondi into Sanchez. And really well handled there by GCFC in tight quarters, but the switch not able to find what they're looking for, but they're able to regain possession there. But that's number 24, Chase Grease, with some high pressure and what's going to be a foul, as he was all over the back there of Flavio Cruz. That free kick taken short for some more possession. Good turn there by Tabello Ntene. He plays it wide, but just out of bounds. He was looking for Simonez over there on that left wing, but played it just a little too far ahead of him. So the pitch is still going to be wet, so the ball might glide a little more and may take a couple extra hops, but the grass looks a little tall, so it might cushion it a bit. Once again now, playing out of the back. That ball goes back to Leonard Leiter in the box. He'll take his time, surveying his options. Plays it to Brejan, coming out of the midfield. Over to Simonez on that left wing. He plays it forward. A good ball into Tabello Ntene, but that's going to be offsides. Say, all of the arms of the Midwest United defense there went up calling for it, but you play to the whistle, and the whistle was blown, as that ball is going to be played forward, but to no real target. But it does fall back onto the feet of Midwest United, as it now goes out for a throw-in. Garcia does well to get out of pressure there. Plays it back once again. Flavio Cruz now on it. Cool under pressure. He's got two on him, and he just stands flat on his heels, and he's able to find a pass. Good ball over the top there, targeting Brejan, but not able to find it as it falls into the waiting hands of the keeper. That ball, a dangerous ball there. That's going to be called a handball. That was a difficult play there, as it was drilled in almost at direct chest height and caused for quick reactions just off the bicep is what it looked like, and that'll be called for a handball. That ball floated in, handled well. And a good ball over the top. Wasn't sure if it was a shot or a pass there, but it ended up being a pass from Isaiah Arredondo looking for number 24 Chase Grease there in the box, but keeper Leonard Leiter was able to handle that well, as number 13 Roberto Sanchez is taken down for Goshen, and that will be Goshen ball taken quickly, but turned over. Now a battle for possession there on this near wing, and Bondi's able to control that well. Gruber doing well, and that's Tabello Ntene controlling it, playing it back to Leiter. who plays it over to Flavio Cruz, and he'll take his time. He finds Garcia in the middle, and that ball's played wide down the wing into Sanchez, who's not able to get there, and that ball was cleared by the keeper but sliced, so that is going to be a corner. And he'll be wishing he would have done a little better there, as if he would have gotten his foot around it, he could have put that out for a throw-in, which it's still high up the field, so you can almost treat it as a corner no matter what happens, but at least now for Goshen they get to play it with their foot as opposed to having to throw it the whole distance into the box. This corner taken low and driven, and it rolls across the whole box. Nobody able to find a foot on it, but there was no one playing that junk man as that ball is played in. Contact in there, but safe hands there by keeper Aiden Spagnuolo. And he'll throw it out to number 3, Soren White. Arredondo now, back to White, over the top, in towards Grease, but whistle blown there for what looks like a foul on Intene. And Soren White now will stand over it, pushing his team forward. He'll play it over the top, not past the defensive line, but just short of it, and it is cleared. Battle for possession in the midfield now, and handled well by the Goshen midfielders. Garcia now out to Intene, who drives in. Another great chance, played across, but that one very similar to their first goal. Intene able to drive it up that wing and play it across the goal face, but this time there was no one to get that last touch on. But Intene proving to be very dangerous. And speaking of dangerous, Chase Grease now charging into the box, but to no avail. He'll go down. He's asking for a call, but the ref says play on. Intene all over the field now. He looks like he's playing a center mid position, and then he floats back up to a forward position and then comes back down, so definitely got a good engine on him, which is what we see very often from this Goshen side. So many of these players are just able to run forever and seem to have no drop in quality in their play. And as I say that, maybe a little bit of a commentator's curse as they turn the ball over. And Midwest United now drive down that same wing that Intene was using. But that ball, looking to play it across, but not able to find it as the Goshen defenders step in well. So this will be Midwest United's first corner of the match, and this will be Evan Hudak going over. But yeah, both teams seeming to like that option down the wing, looking to play it long, beat that first defender and get a cross in, as we know it worked for Goshen for a goal and almost a second, and that ball's going to go in. A good floating cross in there and decent contact, but saved well by Vider. And that ball from Bondi is going to go out of play behind. That was Simonez over on that left back position. So a throw in for Midwest United coming out. That's a long throw into the center of the box, but cleared away well by the defense of GCFC. And that's another good ball played in, but say wasn't able to get the curl that he was looking for it, and goes just off the side netting of the net, and that will go for a goal kick, which will be taken by Ariel Matute. He plays it to Vider, who goes down over to Simenes, who's under a lot of pressure, and he's forced to try to clear it up the line, but he's not able to, and that goes out of play almost right into his teammate's bench. But yeah, heavy pressure there by the left winger of the Midwest United side, and that forces a turnover as Grease is now in the box, but that's cleared away well by Bondi. Midwest United are back with the ball, and that's going to be number 12, Amayo Bardiguez, playing it to the corner, but with no target in mind. Maybe just looking for that run in. We know that they like that wing, both teams so far, but no one making that run at that point in time, and no one able to get on the end of it as it was hit with some good pace. But goal kick now, taken by Ryder. Over to Flavio Cruz, out to Simenes, who looks forward. Gruber's making a run, and that ball may be a miscommunication there as Gruber was making a run towards it. Or sorry, Bregion was making a run towards it. But now a good chance for Midwest United looking on that right wing again. And that ball is going to be deflected out for another corner. So about 15 gone here in this last regular season match for both of these teams. And some good chances coming out from both squads, as we know Goshen were able to pick up a goal in the first minute of the game and almost finding another, and then Midwest United having a good chance. This corner sent in, but cleared out well by Vider. He's punched, and he's staying down on the ground. And that is bad news for Goshen, as they do not have a backup keeper listed. So many here in bated breath, hoping that he's going to be okay. Say there was the ball played in off the corner, and then he went forward to clear it, punched it away well, but there was some heavy contact. There was maybe 2 or 3 around him that he hit, jumping over them to punch that away. And he's back up. Fist bumps there. So looks like he's going to be good to play. That's good news for Goshen. And hopefully he stays all right. But this will be a restart now for Midwest United, as they had possession when he called for the stop. And they will have some great sportsmanship there, playing it back to the keeper there for Goshen City FC. And he was looking to punt that, but the ball slipped out of his hands, so now he has to play it forward, almost like a goal kick, and it goes just as far as where his punt would have been, you'd think. And now Goshen City have possession high up the field with Gruber, who plays it in to Saldivar. Back to Gruber. He plays it over to Bregion. He'll open up. He's got Bondi making good run in over the side, but he opts to play the ball over the top, and it's just too far there as it falls into the keeper's hands. Well positioned there. And Midwest United looking to just play that long ball, clear it up, but that's going to be some heavy contact there by Chase Grease onto Bregion. They'll have a little conversation about it. The ref might have to step in there. He'll walk forward, separate the two. Neither of them want to take a card this early in the game and this late in the season, really, as Goshen will have another match as they will play the Great Lakes East champions for the conference championship. But that ball is now played over the top to Antene. Some good hold-up play. Back to Bondi. He'll look for a cross. He opts to play it back to Gruber, who drives through 3 people. Back out to Bondi, who plays a ball in. That's well over the top. And some miscommunication potentially there, or just an awkward ball really as it goes off the defenders. But that'll go back out to Flavio Cruz, who plays it in, but no one was ready to make that run as Tabello Ntene was resetting his feet. And that ball once again will be cleared out by Midwest United. Just looking for that long ball over the top. Looking for number 7, Isaiah Arredondo on that left wing, but not able to find him as it goes too far. And back to Flavio Cruz. He does his first defender and plays it out to Simonez, who takes a good touch. That goes into Gruber. Back over to Garcia, who plays a good ball through. Back to Brejian. Out to Ntene, who plays a good ball in over the top, but that's going to go out for a goal kick. Looking for a cross there for Simonez as he was making that back post run, but wasn't able to get there as the header would have been impossible with the ball being too high, and then as it dipped it would have already been out of bounds. So no real test for the keeper, who plays this out for his defender, who once again clears it down the field, looking to force Goshen deep in their half, and it'll work. Flavio Cruz is forced to clear it out as the high pressure of Midwest United force him to attempt to clear the ball up the line again, and goes out for another high throw-in. But yeah, Midwest United looking for that long ball strategy. It doesn't use as much energy as what Goshen might be using, playing the more of a tiki-taka style, as Gruber plays a great ball into Ntene down that left wing. And he gets past his first defender. He'll drive towards net. Some more contact in the box, but that's going to be defended well and cleared out to his bench, which is empty. Going back to the point I was making before, that long ball utilizing less energy as what the high intensity possession would be, as they look to conserve the fuel that they've got, as they have no subs over there available. Goshen, though, helping them out a bit by slowing the play down. With Flavio Cruz back to Gruber, who plays it into Ntene. Back out to Matute, and then he'll likely look wide, looking for a run from Bondi, and he'll get taken down there by Grease. He's been in a few situations now with the ref, so he has to watch his actions now, as some more of that could get him a yellow with so many infractions. But for now, he's looking alright, as Goshen looked to play it back, and Brejian not there to get to it. And now it falls to the feet of Grease, who is forced to take on 5 defenders on his own. He does well to get it back to Arredondo, though, who now controls it, looking for options, and he'll end up switching the field. And a good ball in over the top, but played directly into Vider. Once again, looking for that long ball, but putting just a little bit too much on it, as maybe he would have wanted that on the ground with some pace into Grease, who could take a touch and get a shot off, but lacking that last bit of quality there. But Bondi able to now play it to Flavio Cruz, who's able to get it into number 13 Sanchez. Out to Simonez, and he'll recycle back to Sanchez. Saldivar will play it out to Bondi. Into Garcia, who controls it in the midfield, and he'll recycle it back to Flavio Cruz, who will then look forward. Brejian into Garcia. He'll play a ball through into Bondi. Bondi gets the touch and over the defender. That's going to be a goal, the second one of the night for Goshen City FC. A great through ball there. Played into Bondi, who took on two defenders, was able to get between them, got the touch around, and then chipped it over the keeper, who slid in, looking to just maintain possession of that ball. But Spagnuolo was chipped, and that will be the second goal for Goshen in the 23rd minute. That is Bondi's second goal on the season now. And I will jump back to that first goal. Simonez, that's his fourth goal of the season. He now ties Kingsley Kanu as the scoring leader. But this ball played right off the bat, straight down the wing, and that's going to be number 23, Flavio Cruz, taking down the attacker of Midwest United really high up the pitch. No card was drawn. However, it was a dangerous tackle as he was behind the player, but was able to get that foot in there, catching the laces of the Midwest United player for a free kick high up the field just outside the box. And that ball is played in over the top with some pace. Maybe looking for a shot there into that far top left corner, but it never really had a chance as it was way over pretty much right from the start. But all in all, that goes out for another goal kick. Taken by Matute, back to Ryder, who goes over to Flavio Cruz, who plays it out well to Simonez. He turns up the field. He's got Brezian overlapping. Good turn there by Sanchez, who plays it out to Simonez. Into Brezian. He'll take it forward, holding off his defender well, out to Bondi. Garcia now making space on the wing. He'll receive it, and he'll look to take on his defender. He plays it back to Gruber at the top of the box. He'll take a left-footed shot, and that goes into the bottom right corner for a third GCFC goal. That's Gruber's first goal on the season, and an incredible one at that. He had a great touch, surveyed his options, flicked it out to the left, planted that right foot down, and buried it in the right side netting. Spagnuolo was laid out completely for that, but never had a chance at it as it was buried well by Gruber. This ball back in play. Now GCFC with possession. Bondi. And that's going to be a heavy foul in there from Intene, as he will shove number 2 from Midwest United, Trey Collins. But no card presented again. And that will be played. Midwest United now with possession. Hudak over the top towards Collins. He'll go in on that left wing. He'll look to play it in, defended well by Matute. And that ball is played in on the ground, but that's handled well by Stephen Bondi. Gruber then able to find possession. And Garcia Saldivar able to turn it out of pressure. This ball now played in down that left wing. Garcia now with it. He's able to send 2 defenders. Played into Brezian. Not able to control it. Simenez looking in. Saldivar now with it. Brezian looking for another, and he'll send that over the bar. There will now be some substitutions. That's going to be Brezian going out. Coming in is number 5, Tim Vilkening. And number 14, Alan Rodriguez Lopez.
Two substitutions are in action in the 32nd minute for number 5, Tim Vilkening, number 9, Hayden Clark, and number 14, Alan Rodriguez.
As this ball is now played in Midwest United with possession, they'll play it out. Arredondo doing well. He's all over the pitch as well, but he'll win a throw in on that far sideline. And that ball thrown into Grease, who's not able to get a header that goes in play. That'll go out for a GCFC throw-in. And that's going to be a foul committed there by number 5, Caden Chenlow. And he'll get a yellow for that. This ball now switched over to Bondi, who plays it out to Garcia. He'll play it back to Lopez, who looks for a through ball into Clark, but won't be able to find it as Aiden Spagnuolo does well to gather that. Good touch there by Collins, who will play it over to Hudak, who loses possession to Lopez. Vilkening Now, back to Lopez. He'll play it in over the top, looking for Antenne, but not able to find it. Perhaps he was targeting Hayden Clark as well over there on that left wing, but neither on the same page, so that ball will fall into Spagnuolo, who plays it out wide to Brucknell. And they'll target Grease again, but won't find him, as Simmons on the sideline plays it out of bounds for a Midwest United throw-in. Played over the top, and that's going to be headed out of bounds there by Flavio Cruz. Steps in front of his defender, and he'll clear it away for another throw-in, which is taken, going over the top again to Flavio Cruz. This time he's able to settle it down, and Leonard Vider will come out, calling off Matute, and he will gather that. And now we'll roll it out to Matute, who carries it forward. He's got space to drive. He'll play it over to Garcia, out to Bondi, doing a couple moves, plays it back to Gruber, who does well, looking for a 1-2 with Antenne. He finds it. He's on the wing now. He'll look for a cross. That's a high-end swinger, and that's defended well by Carter Bruckle, out for a corner. This corner taken short to Simmons. That ball driven low, looking for the cross in there from Garcia, but not able to find it. It goes off defender, out for another corner, taken by Garcia again. That ball is played in over the top, but it looked like it was punched away there by Aiden Spagnuolo, but he didn't find contact on it, and it just went over. And that goes out for a goal kick. Taken short again for number 5, Caden Chenlow, who will look to send it long. This time he will find the feet of Grant Hessenrich, who turns the ball over to Clark on that left wing. Into Lopez. He'll look for Antenne, but that gets cleared away. Some contact there between Grant Hessenrich and Ariel Matute, but nothing comes of it, as Goshen now find themselves with possession with Clark there on the left wing. And he'll look to draw contact with the defender. That's number 6, Carter Bruckle, committing the foul, as you see a great step there by Hayden Clark. He takes that step across the defender's path, and there's really nothing that Bruckle could have done there, as you can't stop in time, and you can't change direction in time with the defender that close up inside, so you're pretty much forced to commit a foul. Very smart play there by Hayden Clark, and he'll win his team a free kick. Bondi now plays it over the top, out to Clark, but it goes over the top of him, finding nobody, and that will go out for another throw-in. 37 gone here. 3-0. Goshen looking to increase that goal difference, as that's going to be another foul there from Grease, as he just drug down the Goshen player. And you'd expect to see another card pulled, but wasn't one presented. Oh, and I am mistaken. That was a foul there by the Goshen player on Grease. It looked like Grease was pulling him, but that seemed to have just been retaliatory. Nevertheless, Goshen with the ball back into Intene. He'll take a touch now. He's got some options, but he'll look to just draw it back, reset. And play the possession game. Gruber now on the ball. He possesses it well. Plays it back to Matute, who sends it over to the sub, Lopez, who plays it to Clark. Back to Lopez. Into Cruz, who has a shot, but that's deflected up and over. Great save there, Aiden Spagnuolo. And a good shot there from Flavio Cruz. But not able to find the back of the net on this one. And that'll be another corner there for Garcia to take. Not as many bodies as you would typically see late in the game or when you're down or when you're tied, but Goshen looking to defend, and they'll need those bodies back. And Bondi does really well to retain possession as he receives it again on the right wing. He'll take a second to survey his options. That ball goes into Gruber. Back to Lopez, who plays it in to Vilkening. And they'll have a neat sequence that eventually finds its way out to Simonez, who plays it into Clark. He'll take on his defender. Some scrappy play. Clark coming out with it. The ball's still in play down there. And eventually, nope, it stays in, as there's a struggle for possession down there, and Goshen are able to come free with it. And that cross in goes all the way out to Gruber, who's got some space. He'll cut it back. But that shot there from Garcia is not what he would have wanted, as he scuffs it a bit. But done well by Matute to regain possession. And now they've got a chance. Gruber looking for Clark there, but not able to find him, as it went just across the path of the keeper. That ball played over the top, defended well by Viator. He looks to just play it out, as his whole bench has to duck as it went in their exact direction. Midwest United with a throw now. They'll just play it short. Look for some possession. They haven't had much of it this game, but they've had a couple chances, but not able to find the back of the net, as number 2, Trey Collins, dribbles it directly into Alan Rodriguez-Lopez, who gives the ball up. And Bondi's there to control it. He calls Vider over, who will pounce on it, and he'll collect it. 42 gone, just a few left in this first half. You can expect maybe a minute or two of extra time, as we know Vider went down for a brief moment. But he's looking good now as he plays it up to Intene on the right wing. He plays a good ball in, but that's cleared away. Only as far as Gruber, though, who surveys his options and opts to play it back to Vilkening, who steps forward, finds Flavio Cruz, who sends it out wide to Simonez. Cruz with the overlap. That won't get played to him, though, as Lopez now on the ball. Back to Vilkening, who plays it into Bondi, who's now in the center of the field. Out to Gruber. Great play there. Out to Garcia on the wing. He'll play it in. Good opportunity here. Played back across, and that's going to be a card there for an intentional handball. unless the card is for the contact, the ref has the card out and he's holding it down, which seems to indicate that it will be for the injured Ntene. He's back up on his feet though. He'll turn to face the ref and he will receive that that yellow. Say the cross was just too far over his head. He reached up, hit it with his hand, and wasn't able to come down with it, legally that is. So he will receive a yellow for that. But Goshen find themselves back in possession once again. Defense doing their job to quickly retain possession of the ball. And as I say that, they almost give up a good chance, but Arredondo with the high press, blocking the clearance of Matute, out for a goal kick, which is taken short to Flavio Cruz, up to Simonis, who plays it into Gruber. Back out to Clark. He does well to dance around his defenders. Back to Simonis, and they'll retain possession. He looks for the big switch, and it will, but he won't find it, as he was looking for Ntene or Garcia there. But the very tall defender of Soren White was able to get ahead on that and clear it out. And that ball now goes out on this near wing for the Midwest United squad. That ball played in over the top, targeting Grease. He takes a good touch. He'll charge in. Plays it back to number 7, Isaiah Arredondo, and that will get tipped over the bar by Leonard Ryder. An excellent reactionary save there, as he's able to get up and punch it over the bar. But that will go out for a corner. Another good chance here for Midwest, looking for at least something before half, as we are now into extra time. They'll look to maybe get one goal back, eat into the 3-0 lead that Goshen have built so far, and look to set themselves up well with some momentum heading into the second. That ball played in close towards the net, forces Vider to punch it away. It eventually falls to Grease out there though, who looks to cut in and isn't able to find it. Bondi with a great step there, and another to get around Grease, who plays it into Ntene, who now has a chance. Even numbers now, 3-on-3. Ntene still with the ball. He looks to beat his defender, but he's not able to. Defended well there, as Midwest United look to push the field through Trey Collins. He does well to stutter, and a big tackle coming in there by Matute, and he will clear the ball, but that leaves Trey Collins down back behind the play. The ref hasn't seen it yet, or because Goshen are in possession of the ball, now he will stop it. But a heavy tackle coming in from Matute took out Collins and one of his own players, but eventually was able to clear the ball, but that's going to be another injury. A little bit of added time. He's back up on his feet, but he's still favoring that right side, as it seems to be potentially his left ankle or something on that left side of his body. Not quite sitting right just yet, which fortunately for him, it is close to halftime, so he will have a brief moment to collect himself during halftime, but he'll look to have that injury go away, try to walk it off, as there's no substitute, so if he goes out, they're down to 10 men. Midwest United now find themselves in possession. That ball goes over the top into the recently injured Trey Collins, who seems to be okay now. That ball will go out, and that's going to be halftime, as there's a little bit of a scuffle there at the top of the box. between Flavio Cruz and what seems to be Grant Hessenrick. It was, but the refs get involved there real quickly, and nothing comes of that, as both the teams head to their respective benches and will probably head into their locker room for some much needed rest there for Midwest United. They'll look to recollect themselves and try to come up with a game plan to scratch away at this 3-0 lead that Goshen have built. I will take a short break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes for halftime here. Stay tuned on the Goshen City FC YouTube channel. Welcome back to Goshen High School, where we've got a minute left in halftime, just about. Both these teams are heading back out, and just a recap of that first half. In the first minute, Simonez was able to find the first goal of the game, and that was his fourth goal of the season. He ties Kingsley Kanu as the team's joint goal scorers, top goal scorers, sorry. And then in the 23rd minute, Stephen Bondi was able to find his second goal of the season, and Luis Philippe Gruber was able to find his first of the season. That was the 26th minute. That puts them up 3-0. And then in the 32nd minute, Chenlo of Midwest United received a yellow, and a yellow was shown in the 44th minute to Intene. Now, before we get started with this second half, I will say that Lansing Common were able to beat the Holland Rovers 4-3, which means that Lansing jumps up from 4th to 2nd if results remain the same here. Midwest United would end on 16 if they're not able to scratch away a point or 3 out of this matchup. Holland Rovers end on 17, which would bump them down to 3rd place, and Lansing Common would end on 19, which would bump them up to 2nd. So, just no real necessary placement changes there, as only the top teams from each division will go on to play a conference championship, but still bragging rights going into next season and expectations, and to be quite frank, all these teams want to win, of course. When you're a competitor, you want to win. Surprise, surprise. Hate to be the bearer of new news there, but yeah, all these teams, they're looking for the highest placement that they can get, and that will be no different here for Goshen, as they'll look to hold on to their 3-0 lead to win 5 in a row. Second half is now kicked off. Midwest United will have possession of the ball. Not much throughout the game, as once again they'll just play that forward, which is cleared out well, but falls back into the feet of the Midwest United squad, and they'll retain possession now as the ball finds the foot of Timothy Phillips, who just plays it forward once again to Vider, and it goes past him. It'll slow down, but it'll creep out of bounds for a goal kick. Yeah, Midwest United looking to play that long ball, looking in to Chase Grease there and Trey Collins, but they really haven't found any success. The most success they've found is driving in on the right wing and looking for a cross across the goal face, but not able to find a finishing touch on that now, as Timothy Phillips does well, plays it in to Grease, and he'll retain possession. Some good play. That gets played out wide, out to Grant Hessenrick, who plays it in, a high ball, essentially just a cross, and then that's cleared out well by Stephen Bondi. So seemingly the same lineup coming out as what Goshen went in to the locker room with, and Bondi took a weird touch and he's hurt himself, and Midwest United looking to capitalize, but they won't be able to, as that ball gets cleared away, and Bondi now in some pain on that far side. Stephen Bondi's a top contributor for this team. He's got 2 goals, 1 in this match, but more importantly, he's really just an engine. He never really stops or slows down, and he's always involved in the play, whether it's creating space on the wing or making runs in behind the defense or even dropping back to help defend. He's all over the pitch and he contributes well. But it seems that He is going to be alright as he opts to play on. And he'll be thrust right back into the action now as he turns the ball over. And that ball finds Timothy Phillips' foot once again, who's played over to his center back partner, who then plays it forward to Trey Collins, but not able to find the head of him. And that ball gets played into Ntene, who looks forward. He plays it into Lopez, who slows it down, plays it to Gruber. Gruber into Clark, who plays it out wide to Simonez. He'll put in a left-footed cross, looking for Ntene, but that goes far. Garcia over there to pressure, and he'll see that ball out of bounds for a throw-in. And it's been a few weeks, but I say it every game, with a ball high up the pitch, you can almost treat it like a corner. They won't do it now. They'll play it short to Garcia, who then plays it back to Bondi. Goshen often looking for the slow possession style on those throw-ins, but occasionally they'll look for the long throw into the box. Wilkening now. He'll step for a shot, and that gets blocked and cleared away. Wilkening, he takes a touch into the center, and he's able to find a shot, but not able to find a way through the defensive line, as Gruber now has it. And he'll play a little 1-2 with Lopez, who plays it into Clark. Looking back to Lopez, not able to find it. Clark still on the ball, looking to dance around three defenders, not able to, and that's cleared away. Only as far as Matute, though, who plays it out to Bondi, who takes a step forward. He plays it out to Garcia, who plays it back in to Bondi. His cross goes over Ntene, but not far enough to make it to Clark. But Goshen still in possession, as Clark now at the top of the box. He'll take a shot, and that's going to slice wide. And it almost hit an unsuspecting spectator, which, fortunately for you guys at home, you don't necessarily have to worry about a stray ball hitting you, but if you're here in the venue, you do have to worry about that. You got to be on edge at all times, as especially if you're sitting behind the net, you got to be ready for a shot to come your way. Nevertheless, Goshen find themselves back in possession after that goal kick. Wilkening, he does well to maintain possession. Bit of an effort play, but he's able to get a touch on it and play it out to Lopez, who takes a left-footed shot, looking for that top left corner, but that goes just wide. Once again, Goshen with some good looks, and they're not looking to ease up, as they're looking to bury as many as they possibly can so that they can up that goal difference to potentially host the conference matchup. As Bondi does well to send his defender, they'll opt to play slow. The opponent, time, and location are not yet set for that conference matchup just yet, as we're still waiting on results from around the league, but nevertheless, you still want to score as many goals as you can to up that goal difference to receive a potential favor for the home field advantage, as there's now a Midwest United player down with a cramp. And Tene's showing good sportsmanship to help him out with that. But that's one of the things that you'll probably see more of out of these Midwest United players, as, you know, I've mentioned countless times already, but they don't have any substitutions. So cramp potential is a lot higher. They'll look to get some water any chance they get as Grease goes over. Any stoppage of play, but defender Soren White, he's able to get back up, and he'll look to play on as Goshen now have the ball. Clark on the wing. He has a good touch in. He sends his defender. He looks for a cross, but that doesn't get across as it's defended well and cleared away. Hayden Clark, one of those players we haven't seen all too much so far throughout the whole season, but seems to be and is proving to be a great player here for this Goshen side, as he has some great footwork and he's able to send a couple defenders at a time and get some good crosses in and shots off, but he'll look to continue helping this Goshen side as they now have to track back with Midwest United pushing up on that left wing. Once again over the top, Grease will charge in but won't be able to find possession as that ball gets cleared away by Bondi. Doesn't find Clark, however, as Evan Hudak was able to cut that off. Now at the feet of number 7 Isaiah Arredondo, and that ball will get cleared away, handled well by Matute, and that's going to be a high throw-in. And it does look like Midwest United are going to push their players into the box. They'll look for a long throw, potentially a flick on, and then into net. The flick on does come in, but happens off of Bondi's head, but that gets cleared away well by Simonis, only as far as Carter Bruckle, though, who plays it in towards Grease, who gets a head on it, but not on target and not with any pace that challenged Vider. So that will go out for another goal kick. And will kill a couple extra seconds off of this final game of the regular season. Goshen now looking over the top towards Antone, who gets dispossessed. Bondi now next man up. He also gets done in. And Midwest will look over the top to Grease again. It falls right at his feet. But handled well there by one of the captains, Flavio Cruz, as he sends it out for a corner. But once again, Midwest looking for Chase Grease over the top, and he's got a lot of size up there, and he looks to throw it around, but he's not able to put himself between the man and the ball to where he can retain possession and be able to get a shot off. But if it keeps getting them corners, they'll keep looking to try it, as corners are a good opportunity, especially if you have such tall players. They can go up, as Vider does there, to punch it away. But it will be recycled. Another ball gets played in, handled well by Vilkening, who's a tall player for Goshen, able to put his head on it and clear it away. That ball out for a throw-in there, courtesy of Alan Rodriguez Lopez. Able to stand up his defender, get a foot in there, and clear it out for another throw-in, which will be taken by Caden Chenlow. He'll look over the top, targeting Trey Collins. It doesn't go, but it will go out for another throw-in. He'll play it back this time to Evan Hudak, who drops it to Carter Bruckle. And they'll look to recycle it out. Soren White looking over the top, out wide. He will find his target man on the left wing. That's number 5, Caden Chenlow. He does well to get past his defenders. A shot comes in, or a cross, and Grease not able to catch that opportunity, as it takes a heavy touch off his foot directly into the waiting hands of Leonard Vider. Good opportunity, ball played in on the ground, directly into Grease's feet. Exactly what he would have wanted, but maybe wasn't ready for it, as now Goshen look to push it up the field, and that ball gets played just out of bounds past the tracking Garcia. Out for another goal kick. Taken short, and again they'll look long. Isaiah Arredondo there looking to flick it on. It does fall onto the feet of Grease. He'll look to take on his defender. He'll play it through. Bondi trying to clear it. Falls to the feet of Grant Hessenrick, who takes a shot, and it goes outside of that left post. He was looking for that left side netting, but wasn't able to find it, and he'll be looking back on that chance thinking he could have done better, as he had a bit of time and some space to really put in a better effort, but ultimately he plays it wide. Clark now once again showing off his fancy feet, doing well to get past his defenders, looks over the top for Antene, who forces Soren White to clear it out for a throw-in. Bondi now with possession. He plays it wide. Some good possession now. Matute now over the ball, plays it out to Garcia, who plays it back into Lopez. He'll play it into Vilkening, who looks wide for Garcia but not able to find it, as that goes out for a throw-in. Gruber now over it. He'll look for the possession game. Matute over to Garcia, who takes on his defender. He'll look for a cross, but it's defended well by Caden Chenlo over on that far right wing, and it will go out for another throw-in, taken by Gruber. Down to Garcia, back to Gruber. He plays it into Lopez, who looks down the line for Garcia, who wasn't making that run, and it goes out for another goal kick. Looking for that run down towards the corner, but neither player on the same page, and that will be taken for a goal kick. Midwest United now on the left wing, pushing it forward. Into Grease, who surveys his options. He's got Bondi on him, who dispossesses him well and is able to flick it over the defending Caden Chenlo and back down to Matute, who plays it in to Lopez. Out to Vilkening, who plays it out to Bondi, and they'll look to slow this game down, retain possession, and Matute driving the middle, but taken down heavily by number 2 Trey Collins from the Midwest United side, and he will be shown a yellow for that challenge. Matute staying down, seeming to opt to recollect himself after that heavy challenge. Collins sliding in with a desperation tackle, really, and catching the foot of Matute, who was charging through his lines, but he'll pick up a yellow for that, and that'll be the third yellow of the match as Goshen back underway. Matute seeming to recover from that brief moment as Lopez now has it back out to Simonez, who drives the wing. He's got Clark, but he'll opt to cut it in and then play it back to Lopez. Now they will find Clark on the wing. And Simonez looking in, but that's number 11, Grant Hessenrick, with a late tackle onto Simonez's ankle. And he'll look to walk that off. There's Garcia now. Stands over the ball. 4 players in the box for Goshen. Defended by 5 Midwest United players. Garcia plays this ball in over the top And that gets played over all the heads in the box, and it will be determined as a deflection off of Midwest United, and it will go out for a corner. Goshen will send Simonez over to take that, as we see some substitutions coming in now for Goshen. They won't come in yet, however, as nope, they will. That is Stephen Bondi coming out, and number 6 Ricardo Garcia coming out, and they will be replaced by number 7 Abdon Ortiz and number 22 Kingsley Kanu, who ties Eli Simonez with the most goals on the season at 4. Kingsley Kanu will play out of the back, however. As Goshen retain possession. Kanu now, with his first touches, into Gruber, who has a mistouch, but he's able to find Kanu back with a 1-2, who turns the ball over to Midwest United. They play it forward. Grease finds contact with Flavio Cruz, but nothing will come of it as it goes out for a throw-in. That ball will be thrown in, but some contact made outside the box, high up the field, as Midwest United are now granted a free kick. Just over an hour gone in this match, leaving just less than half an hour remaining in this final game of the regular season, as that free kick was something that may not have come off the training ground, as it did not clear the first line of defense. But Midwest United are able to find possession again, and they'll look long, leaving Abdon Ortiz to step in and defend. And that ball does get cleared away. Kingsley Kanu now finds Lopez in the middle, who does well to shirk off his defenders. He'll play it into Ntene, who finds Matute. Back to Lopez, who plays a neat ball in over the top to Ntene, who was just a step off sides, as he may have expected a little bit of a quicker pass to come in, or the pass straight from Matute as opposed from the little detour it took to Lopez. But a great ball in over the top either way, as Midwest United look over the top. They won't find it, as that ball now gets cleared up to Kingsley Kanu, who looks to take on his defender. He'll slow it down. Vilkening now in the middle. Plays it back to Lopez, who looks to Gruber. Plays it out to Kanu. Gruber now in possession of it. Hill will find the feet of Flavio Cruz, who drives forward, and he'll look for a shot, and that will go outside. Looking for that top left corner. Not able to find it, however. It's Midwest United now look for a quick goal kick, but Maybe not the best of options there, as it forced them to clear the ball quickly. But a little bit of ping pong happening, but Goshen now able to find possession of it. Gruber out to Kanu, who's got some space and time. He'll take on his first defender. He'll get a cross in along the ground, and that will be cleared away by the Midwest United defender, number 6, Carter Breckel. Goshen's still on it, though. Abden Ortiz dancing around. He finds Gruber, who charges into the box, down to the touchline, and that will go out for a goal kick. He wasn't able to find that cross that he was looking for, or maybe a cutback, but defended well and wasn't able to get that off. Spagnuolo will take his time setting up this goal kick. He pushes his team forward, but that doesn't make it to half field. But it doesn't need to, as it falls to the feet of Chenlo, who drives up the wing. Plays it back to Hudak, who opts to recycle it using the feet of Soren White. And the ball eventually finds its way back to Spagnuolo. Midwest United now pushing up, but they'll give the ball over to Simonez, who sees Clark on the wing there. He steps in. Lopez now with some time in the middle. He looks out wide to Kanu. He'll take on his first defender, cuts back into the top of the box, and he'll take a shot, but that gets defended well. Blocked away. Ortiz now driving in, back out to Kanu. He'll play it back down to the touchline to Ortiz, who cuts it back in to Lopez, who's able to find the first touch finish into the left side netting for a 4th goal for Goshen. An excellent play there from the right wing, Kanu. He was able to play it in, finding Ortiz, who drove to the touchline, played it back across, and found Lopez, who was able to bury it into that left side netting. Now we'll see some subs coming on. As we will see number 8, Brejian, return to the match. And number 21, Jose Saldivar. Kanu now on the wing. He does well to get rid of his defender. He'll look to take him on one-on-one. Lopez looking for the back heel play out to Kanu, who will retain possession, but eventually that gets touched out of bounds off of his shin guard, out for a Midwest throw-in. Into Grease now, who looks forward. But that will be called back by the referee, seeming a foul in the reception of that ball. No, it was not a foul. It did go out of bounds before Grease was able to bring that up the field. And now the throw-in taken. They'll play it back. They'll play it out to Simonez, who finds Flavio Cruz out on that left side wing. Kingsley Kanu now charging up that right wing. Finds Ortiz, who looks to step in. Not able to get possession of that ball, though, as it is cleared away by Midwest United. Some contact there between Trey Collins and Matute, and that will be deemed as illegal as Matute receives his first yellow of the night. It looked to be shoulder to shoulder from here, but clearly the ref had a different view, and, well, obviously a closer view being down on the field, but he determines that that was foul play, and it will be a good opportunity for a set piece now. About 25-30 yards out. Maybe not shooting range quite yet, but you've got a tall player in grease in the net, and they will look for that cross, and the connection there not made on target as it goes across the face of the goal and out for a goal kick. That was number 5, Caden Chenlo, with the shot. Vider will take his time coming back with the ball, but he'll play it quick and short now to the feet of Vilkening, who will play it out of the back. Finds Flavio Cruz, who turns the ball over. Lopez trying to get that ball back, but runs over number 12, Amayo Bardiguez, whose shoe comes off. And he'll look to put that back on as Midwest United set up for this free kick. Amayo's shoe is back on, and he'll look to go join the ranks as number 8, Evan Hudak, sends it in, and Vider does well to punch it away. Taken now by Brejian. He plays it forward to Intene, who will go 1-on-4. He does well to get past the first defender, but doesn't opt to stick with the play as he looks at the AR looking for a foul, and ultimately turns the ball over, but the ball finds its way back to Vider, who rolls it to Saldivar, who will take his space in the midfield, but will ultimately play it back to Vilkening. Little wall pass there, back to Saldivar, who looks over the top, not able to find Clark on the left wing there, but it will fall to the feet of Brejian, who does find Clark. He plays it on onto Cruz, who is deemed offsides. A good run from Flavio Cruz, coming in all the way from that left back position, but not able to find that last step on time as his run was a little bit too early for Clark to play it through. But a neat ball there from Clark through the defender, but once again, offsides. Midwest United now look to play possession. As things stand, Lansing Common will be in second place with that ball played over the top, will go out of bounds for a goal kick. As I was saying, with results ending how they would if the game ended right now, Lansing Common would jump up to second place over Midwest United and Holland Rovers. Holland Rovers would then drop to third, and Midwest United would drop to fourth. With no real playoff implications other than that first spot in the conference championship, the standings don't really mean much at this point unless you are that Goshen City side as you look, as you know, you have at least one more match, but
Cedars are up 5-0 in stoppage time. So we need 5 goals in the next 15 minutes to make it.
Goshen now with the ball. And I have just received word that Cedars, the team that is most likely to be the opponent for Goshen City in that conference championship, is up 5-0. So Goshen would need to score another 5 goals if they wanted to host that conference championship, which, seeing how things are going, isn't likely but not impossible, as we've mentioned before, but there are no substitutions for Midwest United, but they are maintaining possession relatively, or sorry, not relatively, but they are maintaining possession better than what they were in the first half, but still not able to find the goal that they need. Kanu now with the ball. He'll play a 1-2 with Lopez, who finds Brejian back out to Ortiz, who takes a step in, and that is going to be called a penalty as Brejian looks to drive the net, and that will be a yellow shown to number 3, Soren White.
Yellow card caution, the 80th minute shown to Midwest United FC number 3, Soren White.
So Brejian, the one who won the penalty, will now step over the spot and look to bury it. He's got 1 goal on the season. He'll look to double that here with this opportunity. Spagnuolo bouncing around. Brejian steps forward, and Spagnuolo gets a touch on it, but it goes in off the post. Brejian with the 2nd of the season. And that will be a 5-0 lead for Goshen. Spagnuolo guessed the right way, but wasn't able to get full extension on it, and not enough fingertips to deflect it out, but did well to read it. But ultimately it falls into the back of the net, courtesy of the left post from Brejian. Midwest now with the ball. That goal differential now to 4 goals needed to host that game if results stand in that other matchup. But with just 10 minutes remaining in this game, it seems unlikely now as Midwest United recycle through their keeper. Back to Timothy Phillips, who loses possession of the ball. Courtesy of Brejian, he'll look for Kanu, and Brejian will once again be taken down, and he will earn another free kick, and that's going to be a card shown to number 22, Timothy Phillips. But that eventually turns into a red. That now leaves Midwest United to 10 men remaining in this game, as Kingsley Kanu has a ball in, and Tene looks, it goes off the crossbar, and that will be called offsides as Flavio Cruz was there to finish it, but with that ball coming off of Intene's shot down off the crossbar and Cruz being in offside position, it will not count, so that goal differential buffer will remain at 4. But as I was mentioning before, Midwest United now down to 10 men, as Grease is now fouled. And number 8, Evan Hudak, will now stand over that ball. He sends his defensive partner forward, number 3, Soren White, to have another big body in the box, looking for a flick on or a head in or something to right their ship right now as they're down 5-0, looking for just something to maybe spark a miracle comeback, but nothing falling quite yet, as that ball will be cleared out for a corner if it goes out, and it does. Number 11 now, Grant Hessenrick, to stand over the ball, but he will trade places with number 8, Evan Hudak, who comes in to take that corner. He's got a left foot, so expect potentially a high in-swinger looking for grease in the middle. That is a high in-swinger looking for grease, but not able to find it. It falls to the feet at the top of the 18, but it doesn't go in. Number 2, Trey Collins, there with the shot, but it goes out of bounds for another corner. Once again, an in-swinger, low this time, but that goes across the face and goes out for a goal kick. Ref now calling in for the subs for Goshen, 2 of them coming on. Number 3, Soren White, over there to get some water for Midwest United, as they're probably feeling it. But that is number 3, Ariel Matute, coming off for Goshen. And number 20, Tabello Ntene, comes off. Coming on will be Javier Enciso. And I believe...
Is that 15? Yeah, it is.
Yep. And number 15, Aaron Monsithiraj.
Goshen City FC substitutions in the 85th minute. Coming on the pitch, number 11, Javier Enciso, and number 15, Aaron Monsithiraj.
That's a good chance there by number 2, Trey Collins, driving down towards the net, but it's defended well by Vilkening. Monsithiraj with some early action as he was charged down directly towards him, but him and his partners were able to clear out well. Just 4 remaining in this match before stoppage time, that is. There were a few goals and a couple injuries to account for, but also 4 cards being called. You'd expect some extra time, but that depends on the 4th official. And it is 5-0 with the last game of the season. No standings and playoff implications. Maybe a few less minutes than what would be expected. As that ball now goes out for a goal kick, and it will be taken by Vider, who will waste a couple extra seconds pushing up his whole team. He'll look for the long ball over the top. That ball goes just past half field, looking for Lopez, doesn't find it. It's cut off well by Grease, who looks to play the ball in through to number 2, Collins, who's not able to get it before Vider can pounce on it. He plays it quickly to Vilkening, who pushes it forward through Lopez, who looks to play it in towards the touchline, into Javier Enciso. He wins that foot race. Back to Clark, who's able to maintain possession well. He plays it back to Enciso, who will play the ball in on the ground to Lopez, who looks for a shot, and what an incredible finish into that top right-hand corner. He collects it, he turns, and he buries that into the top right-hand corner. 6-0 now for Goshen.
goal of the 88th minute, scored by number 14, Alan Rodriguez, assisted by number 11, Javier Enciso. Rodriguez. The second
Alan Rodriguez Lopez there
on 88 minutes.
with an incredible finish. And that's his second of the game and his second of the season.
You know, if we put in 6 all the time,
Kingsley Kanu now charging up the wing, and he'll win a corner. Goshen pushing for that potential home field advantage using the goal differential now, as they'll cut that down to what I believe is 2 goals now. Maybe 3.
Cedars are plus 19, and we're plus 16.
3 goals needed for that home field advantage, and that's going to help from number 15, Aaron Monsitharaj, as he finds his first of the season, as he sprints to the corner for a knee slide, and the whole team heads over to join him. As it is now, 2 goals needed with a 7-0 lead.
Goshen City FC ball in the 89th minute, scored by number 15, Aaron Rodriguez.
7-0 now. 2 goals needed for that home field advantage, if results stand. But with so few seconds remaining, you know it'll be difficult for Goshen to get those extra goals, as the ref will call it directly at 90. They won't get the chance to get those 2 goals for that home field advantage, but they will move on to the conference championship game with a 7-0 win. Stay tuned here though, as Goshen, having won the Great Lakes West Division, they will have a trophy lift here in a couple moments. So, just a recap of the game. Simonez in the opening minute of the game was able to find the back of the net, followed by Bondi in the 23rd minute. Gruber able to find one of his own in the 26th. A couple yellows coming through in the 32nd from Chenlo and Tene in the 44th, and Collins in the 61st. And then Lopez able to find a goal in the 70th minute. Matute shown a yellow in the 73rd. White shown a yellow in the 79th. Phillips shown a red in the 81st. And then Lopez able to find that incredible top right finish in the 88th minute. And Musitharaj able to find his first and only goal of this season. Of the regular season, that is. In the 89th. And Goshen will now receive the trophy from team owner Henrique Eichenberger.
Goshen City FC finishes the season with a record of 6 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. In the Great Lakes Conference Eastern Division, Michigan Stars and Cedars FC also finished with that record to share that division's title. We believe that Goshen City will be playing away to Cedars FC in the conference championship match, but the date, time, and location of that match.
Final record for Goshen for the regular season will be 7-2-1, with having won 5 straight games at the end of their season, winning the whole second half of that season. Midwest United will end on a 4-4-2 record, as we await these moments. Goshen receiving bottles to potentially pop and spray as they lift that trophy in just a few short moments. Henrique holding off. He finally hands them the trophy. They'll start spraying, and it will be lifted. Ladies and gentlemen, your Great Lakes West Division champions, finishing on a total of 23 points. And a goal differential of plus 17. What a moment for this squad, as they all worked so hard for these moments. Gruber running over to the camera down there. You might be able to see that on Instagram at some point. But I will step away. We will leave the stream up to celebrate some of these moments, but I will step away now. Thank you all for tuning in on the Goshen City FC YouTube channel, and this is my last game on the call for the season, as I will not be there for the conference championship. So thank you all for an incredible season, and thank you for listening.